Welcome back to the show. If you're a first-time listener, buckle up because today is not a light episode. Today we're going somewhere a lot of people avoid. We're talking about something that is happening in our communities, on our timelines, in our family group chats, and somehow we still find a way to scroll past it. Today we are talking about women dying literally and figuratively in relationships. And before anyone says, not all men, save it. This is not the episode for that. This is the episode for the women who didn't make it, for the women who survived but will never be the same, and for every person sitting in a relationship right now wondering if they're safe. Let's get into it. Let's start with the headline cases because it seems like every few weeks we're back here again. Another woman, another man who loved her, another body, the boyfriend who stabbed his girlfriend, the woman he called the love of his life, the husband who strangled his wife while their children were in the next room, the man who didn't just kill her, he dismembered her, chopped her up like she was nothing. And what do we get? A mugshot, a headline, a few days of outrage, and then silence. Then 2 weeks later, another one. Back to back to back to back. This is not isolated. This is not a coincidence. This is a pattern, and we need to call it what it is, femicide. The killing of women by men, specifically because they are women, specifically because they dared to exist in a relationship with someone who felt entitled to their life. There are women walking around today with permanent physical damage from a man who claimed to love them. Women who were burned, women who had acid thrown on their faces, women who lost eyes, ears, limbs, women who had to reconstruct their entire body, their smile, their nose, their skin, because the person who was supposed to protect them decided to destroy them instead. And they wake up every single morning and face that in the mirror. Can you imagine? You're trying to move forward, you're trying to heal, but the damage is on your face, it's on your body, it won't let you forget. It's a permanent reminder of someone else's rage. We don't talk about them enough. We don't talk about the financial cost of surgeries they may never be able to afford, the psychological cost of living in a body that was turned into a crime scene, the social cost, people staring, people asking questions, people treating you differently. That is not just surviving. That is carrying a war on your body every single day. Let's talk about what happens inside because not all damage is visible. We need to talk about PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder. And I want you to understand this is not just a military thing. Women who survive abusive relationships develop PTSD at rates that should terrify us. You're flinching at sounds. You're having nightmares. You can't be touched without your body going into panic mode. You smell a certain cologne and your chest closes up. Someone raises their voice in a meeting and you're back in that room, that night, that moment, even though you're technically safe now. Your nervous system doesn't know you left. Your body is still there. And therapy? Great if you can access it, if you can afford it, if you can find someone who actually understands what you've been through without making you feel like you should have just left sooner. And speaking of just leave, can we retire that phrase? Can we bury it? People say it like leaving is simple, like leaving is safe. Statistics will tell you that the most dangerous time for a woman in an abusive relationship is the moment she tries to leave. That's when he escalates. That's when "if I can't have you, nobody will" stops being a phrase and becomes a plan. Let's talk about emotional abuse, the kind that leaves no bruises but breaks everything inside you. The gaslighting. That never happened. You're crazy. You're too sensitive. The isolation. He cuts off your friends. Your family starts to feel like strangers. The control. He knows your passwords. He tracks your location. He decides what you wear, who you talk to, where you go. The humiliation, in public, in private, in front of your children. And the thing about emotional abuse is it convinces you that you deserve it. That's the genius and the horror of it. By the time you realize what's happening to you, you've already been told 1,000 times that you're the problem. Women come out of these relationships not even knowing who they are anymore. Their confidence gone, their sense of self gone, their ability to trust their own judgment gone. And rebuilding that takes years. Some women are being trapped in relationships through pregnancy. He sabotages birth control. He pressures her into having a child she's not ready for. And now she's tied to him financially, legally, emotionally, with a baby between them. And postpartum, women are at an elevated risk of intimate partner violence in the months after giving birth. She's exhausted, she's vulnerable, her body is recovering, her hormones are all over the place. And for some women, that's when the abuse intensifies because he knows she's at her lowest. Nobody talks about this at the baby shower. Checking her phone isn't love. Demanding her location 24/7 isn't love. Getting angry at who she's talking to isn't love. These are warning signs. Learn them. Teach them to your daughters, your nieces, your sisters, and your sons. We need to believe women when they tell you something is wrong. Don't ask what she did to provoke it. Don't ask why she didn't leave. Just believe her, and then help her make a plan. Not just in the immediate crisis, but 6 months later, a year later, when everyone else has moved on and she's still putting herself back together. Show up then. Every woman who was killed by someone who claimed to love her deserves to be more than a headline. She had dreams, she had plans, she had people who loved her. Say her name. Don't let her story get swallowed by the next news cycle. This is a heavy episode, I know. But heavy things need to be said out loud, because silence is how we got here, back to back, women losing their lives and their wholeness to men who were supposed to love them. If you are in a situation right now that doesn't feel safe, please reach out. Tell someone. Make a plan. Don't be ashamed of what people will say, because your life is worth more than any relationship. And if you're safe and listening to this, share it. Put it on your story. Send it to someone who needs to hear it. Because sometimes the message someone needs is sitting right in your pocket. Thank you for listening. We'll see you next episode.